I'm going to make a kangaroo burger with a roasted red pepper, lime and onion sauce. And the ingredients I am using today are we need pomegranate, we need beef tomato, we need some iceberg lettuce, then we need of course some olive oil, then we need some sugar, then we need some dried yeast, then we need a red onion, then a trio leaf lettuce. Normally I would use Lolo Rosso only, but couldn't get this stuff. Then we need onion granules, then we need some strong white bread flour, some semolina flour, then we need some garlic powder, then roasted red peppers, then we need some paprika, some chili powder, then we need of course some sea salt, some freshly ground black pepper, some unsalted butter, then of course some free-range eggs, then we need some tomato powder. If you can't get this stuff, it's available on Amazon. Then we need some limes, then we need Galia melon, then we need some Maris Piper potatoes, and of course the star of tonight is some kangaroo mince. Smash in. And by the way, I got this minced kangaroo from my butcher. Let's get started. Right, ladies and gentlemen, to a large bowl I'm adding 500 grams of strong white bread flour, then I'm adding about 2 tablespoons or 50 grams of sugar, then I'm adding 2 teaspoons of sea salt. Now I'm adding 1 sachet of dried yeast, and now I'm adding 300 grams of soft unsalted butter, and now add 6 eggs, one at a time. So after you've added your first egg, mix on a medium speed for about 10 minutes until everything is well combined. Smash it! Right, so when your first egg is incorporated, take your second egg, add it to the dough as well, and mix again, and repeat this with the remaining eggs. Smash in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and when you have a nice and elastic dough, mix for a further 5 to 10 minutes on a high speed, like so. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now you should have a really pale, soft and elastic dough. Grab yourself some cling film, cover your bowl with cling film like so. And then transfer your dough in the fridge for 4 hours. Smash it! Whew, after that much work, it's time for the zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen. After 4 hours, get your dough out of your fridge and remove the cling film. And as you can see, doubled in size. Now press the dough back to get all the fermentation gases out of the dough. Then get your cling film back on the bowl, cover the dough again. And then back in the fridge for another 8 hours. Smash in! Whew. And while you are waiting for your dough to get ready, it's time for the zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time to make the seasoning for our potato wedges. Grab yourself a container with a lid, and then add to your container 10 teaspoons of semolina flour, then add 2 teaspoons of tomato powder, and now add 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and then add 1 teaspoon of paprika, then add 1 teaspoon of chili powder, then add half a teaspoon of garlic powder, then add half a teaspoon of onion granules, and then add a quarter of a teaspoon of sugar, if you want kind of a smoky seasoning, use smoked sea salt, chipotle powder and smoked paprika instead of the basic sea salt, sweet paprika and chili powder. So now get your lid back on, give it a nice shake until everything is well combined, and set aside until needed. Smash in. Whew. Right, ladies and gentlemen, after that much work, it's time for the zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen. And now, get your dough out of the fridge. I left mine in the fridge overnight because I fell asleep. So now lightly flour your surface, your clean surface. Then get your dough out of the bowl onto your floured surface. Give it a little flour and a little bit of kneading, just a little bit. You don't want to overwork the dough. And now divide your dough into 6 or 8 equal pieces. Then with lightly floured hands shape each piece into a ball and kind of pre-shape it into kind of a bun-ish form, kind of like so, and transfer to a baking tray lined with baking paper and repeat with the remaining ones. Smash in. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen. And now get your brioche buns and set them aside in a not too warm place. It shouldn't be hotter than 24 degrees Celsius, otherwise the butter would melt too quick. So set them aside until they have risen at least by a third, better doubled in size. Smash it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and while your brioche buns are proving or rising, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, like so. And while you're waiting for your oven to get preheated, it's time for a zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now grab yourself a small bowl and a fork, then get one of your free-range eggs, crack the egg into the bowl, then grab your fork and whisk up your egg like so. After that much beating up, it's time for a zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now grab a brush and your beaten egg and brush your brioche buns. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now get your buns in the oven. Like so, and bake for about 15 minutes. Smash in. And while you're waiting for your buns to be cooked, it's time for a zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and while you have a bun in the oven, okay, flat one, grab a big pot filled with water and bring this to the boil. Smash in. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now grab yourself some potatoes. The amount is completely up to you. I'm taking 4 potatoes. Now give them a good wash. Right, ladies and gentlemen. And while you're waiting for your water to get to the boiling point, or just simply to boil, send for a recipe. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and when your water is boiling, season with some salt, then grab a potato and cut the potato in half, then each half in half again, like so, and then each quarter into half again, like so. And you have your wedges. And now get all your wedges into the boiling water. Then bring this back up to the boil and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until all your potatoes are tender. Smash in. And while you're waiting for your potatoes being cooked, it's time for the recipe. Oh, 2 zippies. Give your potatoes a little stir so they don't stick to the bottom of your pot. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen. When your buns are nice and golden brown, actually my buns took half an hour. Get them out of the oven. Leave the oven on 200 degrees because we need to bake the potatoes as well. So, as you can see, the buns are not that pretty looking, so it's nothing like your shop bought brioche buns, but they are really soft. So transfer them onto a plate. And as you can see, hopefully, it's nice, fluffy, soft. So get them on your plate, then cover with a plastic bag. Forget the plastic bag, I'm using cling film because I have no plastic bag which is big enough to fit the whole lot. And as I always say, the buns are still piping hot, and they will steam, and this will keep them nice and soft. Don't wrap them too tight. Make sure every corner is covered. So, and as you can see, steam is coming up, and this will keep your buns nice and moist. Smash in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now set your buns aside until needed. Smash in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and when your potatoes are cooked, drain them. And while they are still hot, drizzle with some olive oil. Now grab your homemade potato wedge seasoning and add as much or as little as you like, but make sure everything is nicely coated. Then gently toss. And get your nicely coated potato wedges on a baking tray lined with baking paper. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now get your nicely seasoned potato wedges in the oven. Like so. And bake for about, I would say, 35 to 45 minutes. Smash them. And while you're waiting for your potato wedges being roasted, it's time for a zippy. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now grab yourself a small pot. To this I'm adding about, let's say, a tablespoon of olive oil, and heat up the pot on medium heat. And while you're waiting for your oil to getting hot, it's time for a zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and while your oil is getting hot, grab yourself a red onion, cut it in half, like so. Get rid of the top end, and then get rid of the first layer, like so. And then kind of roughly dice the onion, like so, just cut down, then cut into the onion and cut down again, and get rid of the root. Then grab, I would start with one lime first. It always depends on how acidic your limes are. Give it a good roll, like so. And now grab yourself the roasted red peppers. We need about 270 grams of them. Add them to the pot. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now add your red onions as well. Then grab your lime, cut it in half. And then add the juice of one lime. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now grab your hand blender and puree all the stuff. Right, ladies and gentlemen. And when you have a nice puree, give it a quick taste and check if the lime is coming through. Mine actually is, so I'm happy with this. And now give it a nice seasoning of salt. And then give it a nice seasoning of black pepper. Season to taste actually, as always. Then give it a good stir. and reduce until the sauce has the thickness to your liking. Smash it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and while you are waiting for your sauce to reducing by maybe half or to your liking, it's time for the zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now let's make a quick dressing. Take one of your limes, roll it, cut it in half, squeeze in some lime juice. So I would say this might be worth 3 tablespoons. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now add 3 times more oil. So if you have 3 tablespoons of lime juice, add 9 tablespoons of olive oil. Then season with some black pepper. Then a little bit of salt. Then grab a fork or a spoon, give it a good mix. Then give it a try. Definitely needs more lime juice. So adjust the seasoning or the acid or the oil. Right, when you're happy with your dressing, set it aside until needed. Smash it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now get your kangaroo mince. I have lined my chopping board with cling film. So now get yourself some olive oil into a large frying pan, about, let's say, 2 tablespoons or so, like so. Bring this to a heat on a medium heat. Then get your kangaroo mince out of the packaging. So this is 1 kilo of kangaroo meat, and because we have 8 burger buns, I will make 8 patties. So divide your kangaroo into 8 equal pieces. I'll probably go for 6. Yeah, go for 6. Shape it into balls like so. Then flatten them out to nice patties. About this thick. And repeat with the remaining ones. Smash in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and now lightly, very lightly season both sides with a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. And repeat on the other side. Smash in. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now get your kangaroo burger into the pan and fry each side for about 2 or 3 minutes, or to your liking actually. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and while your burgers are frying, it's time for the zippy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and when your burgers are ready to flip, then flip them. And cook on the other side for 3 minutes, or to your liking as well. Smash in. And so, while you're waiting for your burgers to cook, it's time for a zippy. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and when your patties are cooked or fried or barbecued, get them on a plate with kitchen paper and allow to rest. Smash in. So grab your gallium melon, cut it in half. Then grab a spoon and remove the seeds. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now let's get the final preparation done. So grab your gallium melon, cut it in half, and then grab a spoon and remove the seeds, and then cut your half into half again, and then cut this quarter into half again, and repeat with the remaining ones. Smash in. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time to plate up. So first grab your brioche. As you can see, it's nice and soft. Nice and fluffy. So now top your bottom part of the bun with some iceberg lettuce. Get rid of the outer leaves, like so. Then get some leaves and give them a quick wash. Righty right, ladies and gentlemen, after you have washed your iceberg and dried it, put it on the bottom part of your burger bun. I mean, you can toast the burger bun, but I don't want to. And now grab yourself a beef tomato, cut off some slices. Place the tomato on the iceberg. Then grab yourself kangaroo patty, put them on top of your tomatoes. Then grab yourself your red pepper and lime sauce and drizzle it on top. And then the top part of the bun. Then grab yourself the wedge of your lemon, put it on the plate. Then serve with some potato wedges. Now grab yourself your salad. Get a little handful, just rip it apart. Now give your dressing a nice whisk up until everything is well combined again. Drizzle a little bit over your salad, like so. Then grate your pomegranate, cut it in half. Put it in your hand, spread out your fingers, like so. And just smash it from above. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and here we have it, the kangaroo burger with the roasted red pepper and lime sauce, salad with pomegranate seeds, the Galia melon, and the roasted spicy potato wedges. Anyway, as always, at this time, at this place, at this very moment, it's time for a tea. Bye bye and see you next time.